First of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you today to welcome and open the Empowerment and Partnership in Student Engagement Conference. I'm thrilled to have been asked to welcome and to open this conference here today. As Kevin said, although with quite an echo, my name is Lorna Fitzpatrick. I am the President of the Union of Students in Ireland. And I'm sure it comes as absolutely no surprise to you that student engagement is something that we care a lot about in the Union of Students in Ireland. It's brilliant to see such a great schedule for today. And honestly, it reassures me that we are making great progress in supporting and developing meaningful student engagement across all levels of our sector. When I was asked to speak at this event, I spent some time thinking about the principles of today: empowerment and partnership. And it made me look back on my own time and my own journey in the student movement and how I've gotten to the position to be able to speak to you today. Full disclosure, I have been involved in the student movement for quite a few years now, from my role as a class rep, right through to being a part-time and full-time officer in IT Carlow Students' Union before going on to be elected to USI. So I think it's safe to say I've probably ran more elections than many politicians in Dáil Éireann, but the less we say about that, the absolute better. I think about the definition of empowerment for today. I looked up what it meant before putting these words together, and what came through was the process of becoming stronger and more confident. Well, in my case, that most definitely was true, although my secondary school teachers will probably tell you that I was very quick to speak up. But if we look at that definition and think about it through the prism of student engagement, and particularly in my experience, it was the people around me supporting me, providing me with the resources to recognise the skills I had, while also providing me with the space to develop them further. I think that's critical in the wider theme for today, and it is the foundation for empowerment. Students know they have a voice. They know they have something they want to say, but sometimes they don't know where or how to say it in a way that can lead to a better outcome. And let's be honest, there's study after study telling us about the importance of diversity in decision-making within the workplace. Today, we've seen an Irish Times article with Dr. May speaking about the significance in becoming the first female president of a university and how much more needs to be done to ensure gender equality. So we know the same importance of diversity to be true of decision-making within education. So it would be hard to think that meaningful student engagement in the decision-making within their colleges would not lead to better decisions. Thankfully, we have travelled this road quite a bit. And I think there is broad recognition for the importance of ensuring the student voice is at the table. But at times, I think we may still have better to do to ensure that it is in a meaningful way. One way to ensure that that is the case is through empowering students, providing them with the space to access training, to support them to engage, to develop their skills further so that they can be involved in a meaningful way, while ensuring the structures and the culture is one of inclusivity and support. Students are active citizens, both in democracy and in our college communities. We don't need to create them. We just need to create and further build the platforms for them. We must also recognise the diversity in our campuses and ensure that our brilliant diversity is reflected in all areas of our structures for partnership. And again, much of this will come back to the central themes of today: empowerment, partnership, but also the broader culture in which they are couched. We need to recognise that the student representation has increased. We are doing better than before. There is, in most cases, recognition of the importance of student voice. But now we need to focus on moving past that and building further. I think we have to recognise how far we have come from solely meeting the legal requirements, but let's not rest on our laurels. We need to continue to champion those developments. Students want to be partners in their learning and in the development of their institution. We want to have seats at the table that does the work, alongside the table that makes the decision. Students have a vital role to play in the sense of community, something that I think we all miss at the moment. The evidence is clear, and much of the research you will hear today, it will underpin the need to keep progressing. Today is a great example of partnership in action. In all panels and sessions, there are staff and student voices on the same platform. There is an emphasis on the process for engaging students in a meaningful way, which is very much welcomed. As a national student representative, I strongly believe we need to lead by example to support the capacity building and cultural change within all levels of our institutions. from a course level to a faculty and school level, right through to the overall institution. We will also have the opportunity to look at some of the work that has been undertaken over the past few years to enhance student engagement. The organisers, StudentSurvey.ie, NStEP and QQI have played vital roles in the enhancement and development of partnered learning communities. StudentSurvey.ie provides a space for students to express their views on their engagement within their learning community. The results of the surveys have shown the amazing work that has been done by the students, the staff and the leadership within institutions to ensure engagement throughout. However, there's always room for improvement, and StudentSurvey.ie provides each institution with the opportunity to recognise those areas and encourages the institution to work with their campus communities, particularly staff and students, in a partnered approach to enhance these further. And I look forward to hearing some about those developments later today. NStEP aims to strengthen student engagement and decision making across higher education, with staff and students to embed the principles of students and co-creators and partners within their institutions. The student training programme, which is fully online this year and exceeding all targets, is a testament to the focus being placed upon empowering students. I think back to attending class rep training before NStEP, and I really can't explain how much of a difference it has made to student engagement and to the overall student experience. Today we'll hear about the drivers, the enablers and the principles that underpin the work of NStEP, all of which will be exciting developments for student partnership. QQI continues to champion the enhancement and importance of embedding student voice within the quality enhancement structures of our institutions. The National Agency for Quality placing such an importance on the student voice has in no small way really helped to progress the national picture for student engagement. Many advancements in meaningful student engagement are in no small way down to the work of the organisations leading and supporting today. However, it must be said that much of the development is down to the college communities taking steps to improve the culture, to engage with students as partners, and to recognise the challenges as they are presented while working together to find and embed solutions. And so, back to that dreaded C word that I did try to avoid for most of this. We all know the challenges that COVID-19 has posed in our daily lives. Students and staff alike have been forced to change many of their practices, basically overnight. And I wish to thank and commend the staff who have done all in their power to support student learning during this time. We have the National Teaching and Learning Report launched by QQI earlier this year, which shows how much work was undertaken by the sector in such a short period of time to ensure high quality teaching and learning continues while this pandemic continues to impact our daily lives. Students have been very vocal about the challenges that they have and continue to face with their colleges, with their local students' unions, and with us. And we continue to further vocalise their experiences and work with other key stakeholders to help find solutions. Once again, trying to lead by example through showcasing students as co-creators and as partners. Ensuring students are central to discussions and decisions during and post COVID-19 must be a priority for us all. Students, as the largest stakeholders in many colleges, have a unique experience and valuable perspective to bring to the table when discussing these issues. It would be a shame if they were not to be engaged. I know we are all under immense pressure to get things over the line, and sometimes meaningful engagement may be viewed as a delay to the process. But I can assure you, the students I have had the pleasure of working with over the past few months would add new perspectives that may open entirely new avenues that would achieve better outcomes. It comes back to the principle and underlying understanding of diversity and different voices leading to better solutions. The current situation will continue for some time, although hopefully not for years ahead, but there are going to be major challenges and major changes to our sector in those years. They are yet to be fully identified, but one thing is clear. Partnership between staff and students will be a core component to these future developments. Otherwise, we risk missing some great opportunities. So to close, I want to say thank you for your time this morning and to say that I have absolutely no doubt that we will continue to learn from each other today, tomorrow, and into the future. The Union of Students in Ireland is, as always, committed to supporting and enhancing structures to support student engagement, and we look forward to working with you all into the future to achieve that. Gar míle mágaibh.